This is Lee Rosenbaum, and we're at the Museum of Natural History and Art, otherwise known today as the Berkshire Museum. And in front of the museum, we have Wally the dinosaur, and some visitors are coming. So we're going to go in and take a look at what's going on in this museum, which has been embroiled in controversy at the moment. We're at the Berkshire Museum, and she's been going here since she was a little child, is that correct? And I was asking you what you think about the plans to sell art here, and tell me your reaction.
Well, I know they need the money, and I'd actually be happy to see them change the exhibits up a little bit. I think it'd be helpful. I mean, I bring my kids here, and like I said, it's been the same since I've been a kid coming here.
All right. What do you think would be improved? What kinds of things would you like to see?
I'd like to see it bring more people in if they, just maybe changed it up, brought other exhibits in, maybe moved them around so that everybody gets a chance to see them.
I think you need to go.
She's ready.
Thank you very much. And actually, Paula and her daughter are the only ones I see here today. It is a Monday, so maybe there'll be school groups during the week, I assume. But the place, save for Paula, is really deserted so far. This is a really appealing room called Berkshire Backyard, and it features all kinds of birds, animals, insects, flora and fauna from the local area. Obviously a great place for young school children to learn about nature that relates to their own environment. And right next to Berkshire Backyard, there's a whole room devoted to minerals and rocks. Again, things that kids can enjoy. Many varieties. And a few hands-on situations here, including this meteorite. Now we're up on the second floor. That's actually a fountain that I was told is by Sterling Calder, Alexander's father, with a George Rickey sculpture kind of incongruously perched on top. And this painting is a preview of the exhibition that's going to be opening later this month of works by Morgan Bulkeley. This one is called Beak Morphology. As you can see, these have all kinds of beaks, from normal types of beaks to rather unorthodox spoonbill with a spoon and a corn cob. It's a fanciful and kind of fun painting. Well, bear in mind that this museum is not just an art museum, it's natural history and various specimens and historic items. We've got a stuffed moose here, we've got a red-tailed hawk, and also a bark wigwam, which children can enter into. And in fact, I saw a couple of kids a little while ago doing just that. The displays do seem kind of ancient. They look like they haven't been refreshed in many a year, as Paula told us. And this room is a real cabinet of curiosities. We have a plaster cast of the winged victory of Samothrace here. We've got a bicycle, we've got a brontosaurus, and we've got this incredible display of animal trophies, essentially. And these, strangely enough, are Palmyran reliefs, circa 150 CE, from Syria. And the label does acknowledge that the antiquities in Syria are now under threat due to the war there. Surprised to see these, but they're here. This is an Edison phonograph And I got a kick out of hearing a mother just describe this to her child as how people used to hear music before Alexa. And this, at long last, is the paintings gallery with a not very exciting array of lesser known, to me at any event, artists, mostly American on this end, old masters sometimes attributed to or sometimes lesser names on this end. This is a John Hoffner, this artist we do know. I guess the painting I liked best in this room is this scene of City and Harbor of New York City by an artist named Edward Moran, who was older brother of the much more famous Thomas Moran. This was done in 1889. Well painted and engaging, and energetic. But the rest of what I see here really is not anything that rises to the level of what I've seen of the images of the works being deaccessioned, being sold at Sotheby's, unless somehow, by some miracle, the opponents get their way and manage to stop the sale. And in an area that I was told used to hold paintings until, I guess, last February, we now have a Curiosity Incubator, which is a children's education space. But I'm told that paintings used to be found here. And this is an advanced view of the new exhibition that's going to be opening later this month of Morgan Bulkeley. There's another one of his works over there. And here on the basement level we have an aquarium with fish and seahorses and even a blue-tongued skink. Oh, I just saw the blue tongue. And here in the Berkshire Museum's theater, we actually have two Calder mobiles on either side of the stage. This one and the other one are in front of air conditioning or heating vents, and when the vents are on, these things will move in the breeze, apparently. There's one here, and the other one on the other side of the stage is right here. Not as important as the Calders that they're about to sell. Here in miniature is what the American Museum of Natural History in New York has in much bigger space, dioramas of animals in their natural habitat. This is an African waterhole. This looks very much like what we see in New York in the American Museum of Natural History, except on a smaller, more intimate scale. And I just found out that while we've been wandering around, there's a board meeting going on for the museum. That looks like it might be Van Shields himself. Just by chance, I ran into the artist Morgan Bulkeley, who has a show coming up in a little later this month. Are you from this area? I believe you.
Yeah, Mount Washington, which is down the corner of the state.
And tell me a little bit about the works that you're displaying. I was saying it suggested to me a little bit about the Chicago Harry Who, when you said you had other influences. That.
Well, I love Harry Who, and there are a lot of primitive artists that I love. Many cultures work, Native American work, African work, many different people, and also a lot of abstract. Cy Twombly and Philip Guston have been huge influences.
And is this show an important step for you? I mean, is this a larger show?
Oh, it is. It's been a great treat to see so much work in one place. I'm borrowing a lot of work back from people, and so it's going to be great fun for me.
Well, we'll have to come back and see it when it opens.
Please come.
Okay.